This is All India Radio. We now bring you National Sports Magazine.
Good evening, listeners, and welcome to the December edition of National Sports Magazine. I'm your host Nitish for the next 30 minutes of sports action from around the world, and this is a takeoff from the last magazine, Khel Patrika in Hindi, that was aired on 18th of November. In today's magazine, we are covering cricket, football, boxing and a multi-sport event from the very picturesque Northeast. Stay tuned in also for very exciting interviews with sportspersons and administrators. I assure you there is a lot of action packed in next, now about 28 minutes as the action has already begun. To start with, it's my word. The dilemma of sports fans in India. Well, the planet Earth right now is gripped with the fever of football. Probably the oldest of field games and certainly the most loved games on Earth. So planet Earth these days is more of planet football. Qatar is playing host to the Mahakumbh of football. The credit of introducing football to India should be given to the British soldiers who brought this to India in the middle of 19th century. Its spread in India can be given to the efforts of Nagendra Prasad Sarbadhikari, also known as the father of Indian football, forced his classmates into playing the game in his school compound. Kolkata is considered the home of football in India. This is why a number of football clubs originated from here, including Mohan Bagan Athletic Club, which was later on named as the National Club of India, came into existence in 1889. A few years later, the Indian Football Association, IFA, came into existence in 1893. And in 1898, the oldest football tournament in India, which is also the third oldest in the world, was commenced in Shimla, referred to as the Durand Cup, named after the then Foreign Secretary of India, Mortimer Durand, who inaugurated it. If we talk about the most famous wins, the first victory of Indian footballers was registered in 1911 when Mohan Bagan Club won the IFA Shield Trophy. Why was this important? Because the trophy was previously won by the British teams based in India. Subsequently, the number of football clubs in India increased, which led to the formation of the All India Football Federation AIFF in the year 1937. In 1948, the AIFF was affiliated to FIFA, the international governing body for football. From 1951 to 1962 is considered to be the golden era in the history of Indian football. The Indian footballers regaled sports lovers by winning gold medals in the 1951 and 1962 Asian Games held at New Delhi and Jakarta. In 1956, India became the first Asian nation to make it to the Olympics football semi-final in Melbourne Olympics. This was the pinnacle, followed by slow but steady decline of football in India, hastened by the rise of another game, cricket, which touched greatest height when India brought home the Prudential World Cup of one-day cricket, defeating the mighty West Indians to become the world champions of cricket in 1983. Cricket now started giving a run for money to both football and hockey. The years after that saw lots of developments on and off the field. The most important off the field was coverage and reach of sports coverages that came in the shape of satellite televisions, followed by internet and social media. Cut to year 2022, the Indian sports fans were pumped up because of ICC T20 Cricket World Cup, but the performance of the team was far below par, and FIFA Football World Cup arrived just thereafter. For dedicated football lovers, cricket means nothing, but now for cricket fans, football is the go-to sport. For some of them are forced to love it for the fear of missing out. So that was my word, the dilemma of sports fans in India. Well, there'll be more on FIFA World Cup, but right now we bring to you a report on presentation of Major Dhyanchand Khel Ratna Award, Arjun Award, Dronacharya Awards by Honorable President of India Srimati Draupadi Murmu on 30th of November 2022. And I am joined by my colleague Nisha Bhardwaj to bring you the same.
Thank you, Nitish. Honorable President Srimati Draupadi Murmu felicitated over 25 star Indian athletes at the National Sports Award ceremony on November 30th, held at the Rashtrapati Bhavan. AIR covered it live from the venue.
नमस्कार। राष्ट्रपति भवन के दरबार हॉल से मैं अभिनय श्रीवास्तव अपने साथी कमेंटेटर नीतीश अरोड़ा और अपनी प्रसारण टीम की ओर से आप सबका इस विशेष प्रसारण में स्वागत करता हूं। अवसर है राष्ट्रीय खेल तथा साहस पुरस्कार 2022 सम्मान समारोह का। खेल के क्षेत्र में उत्कृष्ट प्रदर्शन, योगदान और सेवाओं के लिए ये देश के सर्वोच्च पुरस्कार हैं।
Indian athletes were presented with the Arjun Award that included 3 players from athletics, 2 each from badminton, boxing, shooting, wrestling and chess, and 1 player each from judo, kabaddi, lawn ball, mallakhambh, table tennis and wushu. 4 para-athletes were also awarded Arjun Awards. Veteran table tennis player Achanta Sharat Kamal was presented with the all-important Major Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna Award at the start of the event.
ध्यान चंद खेल रत्न पुरस्कार 2022 श्री शरद कमल अचंता।
Sharat Kamal Achanta was born in July 1982, is one of the most outstanding
उत्कृष्ट टेबल टेनिस खिलाड़ी श्री शरद कमल अचंता ने राष्ट्रमंडल खेल 2022 में 3 गोल्ड मेडल, एकल, मिश्रित युगल एवं टीम और 1 रजत पदक मिश्रित युगल, एशियाई खेल 2018 में 2 कांस्य पदक मिश्रित युगल और टीम, राष्ट्र खेल 2018 में 1 स्वर्ण पदक टीम, 1 रजत पदक मिश्रित युगल और 1 कांस्य पदक एकल जीते। श्री शरद कमल अचंता को उनकी उपलब्धियों को मान्यता प्रदान करते हुए वर्ष 2022 के लिए मेजर ध्यानचंद खेल रत्न पुरस्कार से सम्मानित किया जाता है। श्री शरद कमल अचंता।
Well, tremendous achievements in the field of table tennis. He became senior national champion for a record 10 times, beating previous best of another illustrious player, Kamlesh Mehta, who became national champion for 8 years. 3 gold medals this year in Commonwealth Games, individual mixed doubles and team, and 1 silver medal mixed doubles in Commonwealth Games 2022. Achanta Sharat Kamal.
Dronacharya Awards for Lifetime Achievements to cricket coach Dinesh Jawahar Lad, football coach Bimal Prafullu Ghosh and wrestling coach Raj Singh. 4 coaches were awarded with Dronacharya Awards regular for their services. Every athlete received thunderous applause in their felicitation, but it was longer for the chess prodigy.
श्री आर प्रज्ञानंदा। शतरंज के उत्कृष्ट खिलाड़ी श्री आर प्रज्ञानंदा ने 44वें शतरंज ओलंपियाड 2022 में कांस्य पदक टीम, FIDE ऑनलाइन ओलंपियाड 2021 में कांस्य पदक टीम, FIDE ऑनलाइन ओलंपियाड 2020 में स्वर्ण पदक टीम जीते। श्री आर प्रज्ञानंदा को शतरंज में उनकी उपलब्धियों को मान्यता देते हुए वर्ष 2022 के लिए अर्जुन पुरस्कार से सम्मानित किया जाता है। श्री आर प्रज्ञानंदा।
आर प्रज्ञानंदा अभी मात्र 17 वर्ष के हैं और इंडियन चेस ग्रैंड मास्टर हैं। आपने मात्र 10 वर्ष की आयु में इंटरनेशनल मास्टर और 12 वर्ष की आयु में ग्रैंड मास्टर का खिताब जीत लिया था और इसी वर्ष आपने विश्व चैंपियन मैग्नस कार्लसन को पराजित किया।
Truly a chess prodigy. Became international master at the age of 10 and grandmaster at the age of 12.
The evening will leave a lifetime memory in the hearts of the athletes and the coaches, as there cannot be a bigger reward than the acknowledgement from the first citizen of the nation. Signing off, this is Nisha Bharadwaj, handing it over to Nitish for more action.
Thank you, Nisha, and congratulations to all the recipients. I'm now joined by Sujay John, once a player himself and is also an accredited football referee, to regale us with the excitement of FIFA World Cup 2022.
The 22nd edition of the FIFA World Cup is taking place in Qatar from the 20th November to 18th December 2022. It is the first World Cup to be held in the Middle East and the second to be held entirely in Asia. The first was co-hosted in 2002 between South Korea and Japan. If media reports are to be believed, an estimated cost of over $220 billion makes this the most expensive sporting tournament ever held. Spread over 8 venues across 5 cities, where the stadium called 974, with a capacity of more than 44,000 people, became the first portable stadium to host a sporting event. An eco-friendly revolution the world has witnessed for the first time. In another first, it's the first time that the women referees are refereeing at the biggest men's football tournament the world has ever seen. Set to be the last of the World Cups featuring 32 participating teams, with a field to increase to 48 teams in the next edition set in 2026. The mega sports extravaganza kicked off in a glittering spectacle on the 20th of November 2022, and after 14 days of action, there has been a luscious serving of excitement, dazzling skills, big upsets, and of course edge-to-edge breathtaking action with immense shocks, surprises and loads of drama. Qatar became the first hosts to lose their opening game in the history of the quadrennial football tournament, the second host, that's after South Africa in 2010, not to progress past the first stage. Lionel Messi and Argentina started their campaign in a shocking wake-up call when they lost their opening encounter to Saudi Arabia 1-2.
The South Americans' mammoth 36-game unbeaten run comes to a shuddering halt, and Saudi Arabia celebrates a victory.
The second upset were the big guns Wales, who were thumped 0-2 by Iran.
It's finished. Wales 0, Islamic Republic of Iran 2.
The cruising winning spree of defending champions France too had to suffer a closing upset. They were arrested by Tunisia by a solitary goal. They still are alive in this competition. Former world champion Spain were caught by the Japanese whirlwind, losing 1-2 to the Samurai Blues. The FIFA World number 2 team, Belgium, and the big giants Germany, who were former champions not once but 4 times in 1954, 1974, 1990 and also in 2014, could not progress beyond round 1. In the 44 matches played so far, 109 goals have been scored, an impressive average of nearly 2.5 goals per match. The top scorers finding the net thrice are Ecuadorian Ener Valencia, England's Marcus Rashford, France's sharpshooter Kylian Mbappe, the Tunch wonder boy Cody Gakpo, and Spain's Alvaro Morata. The 6-time Ballon d'Or winner Lionel Messi, along with the Portuguese star Bruno Fernandes and Brazil's Richarlison and 12 others, have found the opposition net twice. It's no surprise that FIFA World Cup has lived up to its promise of being the best sporting spectacle in the world. But with minnows turning the tables and giants suffering shock defeats, the World Cup is unraveling one surprise after another. Netherlands, the United States of America, Argentina, Australia, Japan, Croatia, England, Senegal, France, Poland, Morocco and Spain have already confirmed their berths in the round of 16, with 4 spots still left at the time when this report was filed. The finals are all set to be played on 18th December at the Louisiana iconic stadium. It's no doubt that football continues to rule the hearts of lovers of sport across the world.
Thank you, Sujay.
आओ शोर मचाओ इनकी हिम्मत बढ़ाओ.
India is hosting 3rd T20 World Cup cricket for the blind from 5th of December to the 17th of December. Besides India, 6 other nations, Nepal, Australia, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, South Africa and Bangladesh are taking part in this tournament. And the matches shall be played at 9 cities. Finals will be held at M. Chinnaswamy Stadium, Bangalore. We spoke to Ajay Kumar Reddy, the captain of Indian cricket team, on the sidelights of the press conference that was held on 1st of December. This is how he responded to the questions like India's chances against other teams.
Pakistan is the competitor because if you ask same question them also, they will tell our name only. Last January we played one series against Pakistan, Triangle series. I am not there in the team, but still I saw that videos. We planned few things. We will try to implement the things definitely with that things, we will win.
Dr. Mohantesh, President of Cricket Association for the Blind, elaborated on the preparation of Indian team and the chances to retain the title that they earlier won in 2017.
I'm very, very confident and sure that our team will perform well and they will bring better results for our country. We have prepared our team very well. They are coached well. They have practiced well. So I have no doubts about them, their performance. They'll continue to win, and I'm confident about their performance and their victory.
So don't forget to follow the Cricket World Cup for the Blind. We know that the audience of public service broadcasters like All India Radio expect a lot from their host broadcasting agencies, but coverage of sports on public service broadcast networks is facing lots of challenges. I caught up with Director Sports Asian Broadcasting Union, umbrella union of public service broadcasters of about 40 Asian Pacific nations, Yanjiang Cai, in the sidelines of the 59th ABU General Assembly meeting that was organized by Prasar Bharati from 25th to 30th of November at Delhi.
First of all, welcome to India. What are the challenges being faced by public service broadcasters, especially if we talk about sports?
Many members are complaining about the high-rocketing rights fee over the major sports international events like the Olympics or the Asian Games, or let's say the Commonwealth Games, and also those the individual sports like cricket or the hockey or football, right? On every sport, the rights fee is coming up, and now it is more than double or triple than before 10 years ago. Public broadcasters are facing big challenges because they have very limited budget, and also they have limited resources. So they are facing challenges of losing the market share, losing the rights of the major sports events. But at the same time, as the public broadcasters, they also have this, let's say, public responsibility. They are supposed to deliver the events to the public audience. So here is the dialogue. PSBs, they hope to deliver to the mass audience, while the commercial networks is keeping it to just some private families who can afford the cable subscription fee, or let's say all the fee they can pay to the digital networks. Well, that is the challenge.
Yeah. So there comes the question: how are the organizations like ABU helping the furthering of public service broadcasts and public service sports telecasts in the region?
Well, let's see, ABU is the only union now, still keeping rights or negotiating for the rights on the major sports events, like on the Olympics or the Asian Games, because for example, on the IOC events, the other unions are already out of the stage, as I heard, they only do something for their members regarding the production and the broadcasting. But for the rights acquisition, ABU, as I know, is the only union now still delivering for certain members. Although the challenge is huge, but we would love to do that for members.
On a lighter note now, that how is your stay in Delhi in India, and how are your hosts, Prasar Bharati?
Wow, we are longtime friends and partner of the Prasar Bharati, and the Prasar Bharati, is one of the best members among all the union. Let's say we have kept such close and friendly relation with Prasar Bharati, and we really appreciate their hospitality and also the superb organizing ability in hosting the sports group conference and also the ABUGA.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So now I hope all our listeners can see the clear picture and the tough battle that we fight to bring you uninterrupted sports content. That was Yanjiang Cai, Director ABU Sport Asia Pacific Broadcasting Union, talking exclusively to All India Radio. We now move on to boxing. Young Indian boxers are creating waves all over the globe. At the recently concluded ASBC Asian Elite Boxing Championships held at Amman, Jordan, India earned 12 medals. And with the 6th medal, Shiva Thapa became the most successful Indian boxer in this championship ever. Alfia Pathan, Sweetie Bora, Lovlina Burgoyne, Parveen Huda clinched the gold for India in women's section. whereas Meenakshi won the silver and Ankushita Boro and Preeti brought home the bronze, while apart from Shiva's silver, Narendra Mohammad Husamuddin and Govind Kumar bagged bronze in men's category. This was followed up by overall number 2 standing in IBA Youth Men and Women World Boxing Championship that ended only a few days ago, where our young boxers clinched 11 medals to end up second on the medals tally. We caught up with Shiva Thapa at the National Games in Ahmedabad before leaving for the Asian Championships. Here are the excerpts of the interview.
How do you analyze your performance in this national games?
It was a good performance, definitely a well planned experience before as a preparation for the Asian Championship. Suddenly we got to know that there's a national games and there was not my weight category included in here. My weight category is 63.5, but there was only 67 weight category available kg. So I took the chance and took the call and participated so that I get some competition sparrings also. Yeah, overall it was good experience. Yeah.
What are the takings from this particular thing?
Yeah, I would definitely want to say that the takings would be a preparation part of our forthcoming Asian Championship that is happening in Jordan by the end of this month. So yeah,
I spoke to a lot of your opponents who were either about to fight or after their fight, and they had huge respect for you. They always said, Shiva Thapa sir. How do you feel like that?
Everyone that I fought here and most of the boxers, we had training together in a camp in Patiala, and we know each other very well. So there's a respect, and there is also, that's how I think we learn. Sports is all about respecting each other. Even if we are competitors, it's just inside the ring.
There is talent in abundance we have seen here in national games. A lot of youngsters coming from all the nook and corner of the country. What exactly you want to tell them? What will give them a cutting edge to be ahead of others?
I definitely feel the confidence and the will to win. So I think once we are in the ring, no matter how much we have trained, but once we are inside the ring, all we need to stay focused and have to have confidence in ourselves that we are going to perform well. So at the end of the day, everyone is worried about whether we're going to win or lose. But I think the most important part is to give the best performance. Because no matter what, if you perform well, result will be good. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but it's a part of the game. But you must learn from your performance. You must learn from every fight. So I think at the end of the day, what matters the most is the confidence and the will to never give up.
Thank you so much, and youngsters, that is a lesson from Shiva sir for you. Have confidence in your own abilities and learn from every mistake, even if there is any.
Well, after the boxer from the northeast, Shiva Thapa, we still remain there and take you to the picturesque Shillong that hosted Northeast Olympics. The contribution of All India Radio, Northeastern Service, Shillong.
The Games was hosted specially to mark 50 years of statehood of Meghalaya, said Shri Conrad K. Sangma, Chief Minister of Meghalaya, in his address at the opening ceremony of the Northeast Olympic Games that was held in Shillong from the 10th to the 16th of November.
Friends, as you are aware, Meghalaya is celebrating 50 years. And in order to mark the celebration of 50 years, we also decided that it must celebrate the youth of our state, the youth of our region, and the youth of this nation. And hence, we were very firm that we would want to host the Northeast Olympics in Shillong in this very, very special year of Golden Jubilee celebration of our state.
Over the course of the week, there were wins and losses, joys and heartbreaks, but the one dominating factor was the enthusiasm and camaraderie of the participating athletes. We spoke to winning athletes. Manipur's Bhushan Haobam and Mizoram's Basil Kumar had just completed an exciting tennis match where Bhushan won the second match of the men's team event.
Bhushan Haobam from Manipur. I feel very happy, first of all, because this is the first time we are winning a team event in this Northeast Olympic. We feel very proud about it.
Hi, my name is Basil L. Kumar from Mizoram. I was junior #1 in India and I represent India before. I did play some ATP ranking tournaments and I had 2 points in the international ranking, but I stopped playing 5 years ago because of injury, and here I am starting to play again. This is like my first tournament outside my state.
Meghalaya was the overall champion in the athletics discipline and had contributed 15 gold, 9 silver and 17 bronze to the state's total total medal tally. Gold medalist
Danbok Shabang from Meghalaya. I won the gold medal in the 400 meter, and it's a very proud moment for me for bagging this medal because it's the first time for me participating here in the Northeast level. It's quite tough. There's no easy competition for everyone. I feel so great because by the only name of this Northeast Olympic also it feels so grand, and it's a privilege for me to participate here.
Assam won a total of 20 medals in archery.
संजय बोरो आर्चरी इंटरनेशनल प्लेयर हूँ. मैंने मिक्स टीम और टीम में गोल्ड जीता है. मैंने वर्ल्ड कप में जीता है, टीम में सिल्वर मेडल जीता है. सब जूनियर्स वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप में ब्रॉन्ज जीता है. एशिया कप में जीता है गोल्ड मेडल. नॉर्थ ईस्ट ओलंपिक में बहुत अच्छा फैसिलिटीज दिया है.
Sikkim, till the penultimate day of the Games, was yet to win any gold medals. They went on to win 3 by the last day, 1 each in basketball, boxing and karate. An elated karateka after winning the gold medal in her event.
My name is Nimulcha, category था -68 और मेरा मिजोरम के साथ था तो फाइनल गोल्ड आ गया सिक्किम का. बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है यार, बहुत इमोशन हो गया. मेडल नहीं आ पा रहा था तो फाइनली मेरे वेट में मैंने कर लिया.
In the same discipline, karate, Arunachal Pradesh bagged a total of 12 medals. Gold medalists from the state.
Thank you, All India Radio. My name is Anand Cherry and I won in 67 plus men senior category. It's very good. Actually, this is my consecutively 5 times I won in Northeast champion and I never play Northeast Olympic game. This is my first time, so I'm very happy. Northeast Olympic इतना बड़ा event है तो बहुत अच्छा बात है ये.
My name is Joni Munkia from Arunachal Pradesh. मैं second Northeast Olympic में गोल्ड मेडल हूँ वुमेन सीनियर -68 कैटेगरी में. मैंने 0 में डोमिनेट किया है. एक पॉइंट भी किसी ने नहीं लिया है. सबको 8/0 दिया है सब. मेरा कॉमनवेल्थ में भी गोल्ड है और साउथ एशियन में भी मेरा गोल्ड मेडल है.
The sports extravaganza, the second since its inception in 2018, featured around 3,000 athletes who competed in 18 sports disciplines at 12 venues across Shillong, the capital of Meghalaya. Defending the championship title, Manipur took home the top honours with a total of 240 medals, 88 gold, 75 silver and 77 bronze. Assam secured second place with 203 medals, 79 gold, 61 silver, 63 bronze, while Arunachal Pradesh finished third with 112 medals, 39 gold, 36 silver, 37 bronze. Host Meghalaya completed the games this time with a huge leap from 6th place in 2018 to 4th this time around with 149 medals. Nagaland, who is scheduled to host the next edition of the games, finished in 5th place with 78 medals. Mizoram, with a medal haul of 106 medals, was placed 6th. In the 7th position was Tripura with 42 medals, while Sikkim finished in the 8th position with 50 medals. That was a report on the 2nd Northeast Olympic Games 2022 held in Shillong from the 10th to the 16th of November.
And now we are once again joined by Sujay John to throw some light on the rest of the sporting action.
The Indian Sepak Takraw team came back into reckoning once again. India won a total of 4 medals out of 5 events at the ISTAF World Cup 2022 in Daejeon, South Korea. The gold medal in the mixed squad event, the silver medal in the men's squad event, the bronze medal in the men Regu event, and the bronze medal went to the women in the quad event. In cricket, England left its shores for Pakistan after a gap of 17 long years and created history by scoring 500 plus runs against host Pakistan on day 1 of their test match. 4 centurions, Zach Crawling with 122 of 111 balls, Ben Duckett 107 of 110, Ollie Pope with 105 of 104 balls and Harry Brook with 101 of 81 balls made this test feel more of a T20 event, beating the records set by Australia in Sydney back in 1910. The Indian cricket team was in New Zealand in the month of November to play T20 and ODI series. Well, the Indian team won the T20 series by a score of 1-0 while the rain gods played mercy to the rest too. In the ODI series, the hosts bounced back and trumped the series, winning with an identical score of 1-0. The Indian team is now set for their tour in Bangladesh. In tennis, Australia's David Cup dream was shattered as Canada lifted the trophy. The 2022 Davis Cup and the 110th edition of the tournament between the national teams in the men's competition, the Russian Tennis Federation were defending champions, but they and Belarus were eliminated from competing in the international events due to the 2022 Russia invasion of Ukraine.
To wrap up today's edition of Sports Magazine, we have the section Blast from the Past. And today we present excerpts from an interview with legendary athlete PT Usha that was recorded in 2017 during Asian Track and Field Championship at Bhubaneswar, as we congratulate the legend on becoming the first Indian women athlete to adorn the chair of President of Indian Olympic Association.
Prime Minister is ready to do anything for the country. That itself is a good sign. And now every state and every district we have a synthetic track and infrastructure facilities are improved. One thing we are lacking is need more European competition for the players. That's all.
That brings us to the end of today's edition of National Sports Magazine. Our next comprehensive sports magazine, Khel Patrika, shall be in Hindi, and that will be aired on 15th of December. And for the magazine in English, tune in the first Friday of every month. So see you next year on 6th of January. Till then, it's goodbye from your host Nitish. Have an exciting weekend.
You were listening to the National Sports Magazine, produced by Nitish Arora. This program was aired from the Delhi station of All India Radio.